Every day, our job is to wake up and say, what can I do today? There is no act too small. That does not matter. Every single action matters. And so when they try to come in, make them show a warrant, make them show a document, make them assert their authority. Ask them, who are you? Who are you? Because at the end of the day, they're no one.
That's right.
They're just like you, and they're just like me. And he's running around because he thinks he's got a bank account with a lot of zeros in it, that it makes him some kind of super citizen. I don't think so. This is America.
AOC has been trying to help criminal aliens avoid deportation, and she is facing the consequences, and this is what Tom Homan has to say about it.
Vaguely aware of immigration law. I've done this since 1984. I forgot more about the immigration law than AOC will ever know. Matter of fact, the hearing a couple of years ago, I had explained to her that entering the country illegally was actually a crime. So, you know, I'm not going to play that game with her. I simply made a statement. When you sit down with people who are wanted by us, criminal aliens that have been ordered to be deported from the United States government, and ignore that order, if you and I ignore that order, we'd be sitting in prison. But they ignored an order from a federal judge. They're hiding in a home, and she's telling them not to open the door. Vaguely aware of immigration.
AOC is gonna be in big trouble, and that's what Tom Homan says.
No, I mean, I had to educate her during congressional testimony that entering the country illegally is a crime. So, whatever. But what she needs to do is read the statutes enacted by Congress. Title 8, United States Code 1324, United States. Title 8, United States Code 1324 and 25. That's what she needs to read, because it's illegal to enter this country. It's a crime to enter this country illegally. Not only that, when you harbor and conceal and impede law enforcement, that's a felony. So what she's doing, she says she's, you know, educating them as to the constitutional rights. And we all know they got constitutional rights, but what she's really doing, you and I and the rest of the country knows, she's trying to teach them how to evade law enforcement. Now, I just said, well, out of the gate, we're concentrating on public safety threats, national security threats. So she's educating those in the country illegally with a significant criminal conviction, public safety threat. Don't open your door, don't dot the I's. Here's how you invade law enforcement. Let's hope she's not educating the next person who gets out. No.
This is completely wild to me that AOC and many other Democrats are trying to help criminals avoid arrest.
That up to DOJ. What I find disturbing is that any member of Congress wants to educate people how to evade law enforcement. You can claim you're educating those constitutional rights. Okay, you can keep that claim. But what she in fact is doing is telling people don't open your door, hide in your home, don't talk to ICE. We're talking about people who are in the country illegally, committed a crime, they're a public safety threat, they've been convicted of serious crime, and they've been ordered removed by a federal judge. So it's like AOC and others don't want ICE to enforce the laws that they enacted. She's a member of Congress. Let us enforce the laws you enacted. That's what we're supposed to do.
You can't go after her. Do you think others should?
No, I think I've asked DOJ, where's that line of impediment, of interference? Now, if someone stands in your way, prevents you from arresting somebody, put your hands on you, that's impediment. But what line is telling people to hide from ICE, not open the door? Where do you cross that line on impediment? So I've simply asked the Department of Justice, give us that line.
You have talked to them about this. That's what you're saying?
Absolutely.
Wow. We'll see where that goes. Tom Homan, I'm out of...
We'll see where that goes. AOC is gonna have some big trouble very, very soon if she keeps saying this.
Principle number one in what you can do is that when one of these things comes to your backyard, you can resist. And what that happens over millions of people is that you generate enough friction that they cannot go as fast as they want to go, okay? So I'm going to give you some examples that have already been working. Let's start with immigration and ICE. When people say, what can we do? In my community, we are a heavily immigrant community. ICE raids deeply affect and disrupt our community. So, number one, if you live in a community with a lot of immigrants, know your rights. That's one tangible thing you can do that I want you to do. And that means know your rights if you are a US citizen as well. Okay? Here
She's basically telling illegals to know their right that they have in America. Honestly, if they are illegals in America, they are already criminals. They already committed a crime and they should just self-deport. Otherwise, if they are deported by ICE, then they can face a ban of over 20 years. And it will be sad. Honestly, I'm all for immigration, but it should be legal immigration.
Here's one way that we're going to create some friction in this system. Tom Homan, who's directing a lot of these ICE operations nationally, etc., he went on TV practically crying. This dude was whining his ass off because ICE went into the city of Chicago and Chicago had prepared for them. Community organizers, activists, and their mayor and local elected officials who were solid on this issue, they educated the city on their legal rights. Because what ICE tries to do is that they rely on people not knowing their rights in order to enter buildings, in order to search workplaces, etc. So when you know your rights, you are able to tell them no, and they do walk away. What you can do is protect people around you and also make sure that you are slowing down this system.
He's definitely trying to basically impede the law enforcement. She's trying to prevent the law enforcement to do their job, to prevent ICE agents to arrest criminals. And it is sad, honestly. She should not do this.
Oh, I don't think we're witnessing the start of an oligarchy. I think we are fully here. You literally have a completely unelected billionaire who has just taken over and paused government funding to specifically take out provisions regarding China and other areas that pertain to him. You have billionaires who run news outlets like Jeff Bezos and the Washington Post, billionaires that run the LA Times, completely interjecting into their editorial boards and manipulating what's being written in them. We're here. We are here. And we are going to witness very unprecedented moments come January. Elon Musk, I believe, does create problems for Trump. And I've been seeing over the course of the last week that when Elon tweets something and when Trump tweets something, Republicans don't know. I've said this earlier. Republicans don't know who their daddy is. Like, they don't know which one they need to be listening to first, and it's scrambling them. But it's not a joke that I think Elon poses real political problems for Trump and arguably may have more, at least rival his power and influence. And that's going to be a problem for Trump. They're both bad, but there you go. Now, I think there's going to be a lot of people that have answers and takes on this question, understandably so. I'm not going to be here to tell you here's the definitive answer, but because I think that the time that we are about to enter is going to be highly experimental. I do not think, to this other question, that it is about waiting for a political party to have an answer. I do not believe in that, like, just as a worldview, that we wait for Democrats as a political party to save the country. I don't believe that the structure of that party does that inherently. Now, that doesn't mean, to me, that doesn't mean that you don't vote for them, but I believe that building independent power of people's movements, union, labor, other protest movements, etc., is where.
Because she is a Marxist and a socialist and a communist after all, if she thinks about union labor and not the Democratic Party as a whole. I think the Democratic Party is gonna fail the coming election. I think the Democratic Party do not care about the American people. I think they are completely wrong about the issues that matter to most people in America right now. And I think they have to do better if they want to win any election in the future. Honestly, people just saw right through them that they are not for the working class. They are working for the elite. They are working for the donor class. And that's why Donald Trump, alongside with Elon Musk, got elected into the White House. Donald Trump campaigned for the average American to reduce inflation, to cut down illegal immigration, and to bring peace and prosperity back everywhere. And that's why people voted for him. And he put Elon Musk, he hired Elon Musk for DOJ, basically, and he can fire Elon Musk whenever he wants as well. So I don't think we live in an oligarchy yet either. People elected Donald Trump, and Donald Trump has the power, the executive power, to appoint anybody that he wants to do what he says he promised during his political campaign in 2024. And that's exactly what he's doing right now. Let me know what you think about AOC. Do you think she's going way too far preventing ICE arrest and ICE raids? I think so. I think she should not try to defend criminals that are here illegally in the country. Thanks for watching as always. I appreciate you being here, and click right there to watch the next video, and I will see you there. Bye bye.